Good day, guys. Been a month, two months, 1 month. Been a month since I've gotten another upload. I am way too busy on my other channel. I am very sorry, and I'm busy with my graduation at the moment. So today I will be talking about minsitthar. So this will be a tutorial about minsitthar. Minsitthar is a fighter slash tank. You can build him in multiple of ways. You can build him 4 ways. One is a tanky build, where you go roam. The second one is where you go semi-tank. You have defense. Normally you build your first item as a thunderbolt on that one, and you go attack. Normally being corrosion sight or demon hunter sword, depending on your enemies. Third, my fan favorite, the Trinity build. The Trinity build where you go with corrosion sight, golden staff, demon hunter sword, freaking time, and sea halberd or wind talker as your last item. Yes, that is my Trinity build, and it works very well actually. I like it the most, especially when I go EXP lane with Inspire. The final build would be the crit build. Yes, the crit build. It works on this man. Anyway, guys, I am over here waiting, but apparently Benedetta didn't come here, and I'm gonna show you a trick. You saw that eye? It came late, and it means that there's a Benedetta inside that bush. And just like that, she's already below half HP. I know this Benedetta. I don't know what she's doing though at the moment. I know this Benedetta. I've met her before, but she was not using Benedetta that time. Or her name is just so dang common that I think I've met her before. While I also know the Hellcat. The Hellcat was my teammate last match. That match was invalid, so yeah. Luckily we met again. He played very well in the first 4 minutes before it went invalid. And just like that, she's dead. I don't know what she's trying to do. I could see her HP bar. Yes, her HP bar when I attack her. So that gives me an indicator that she's there. And finally, it's gone. Anyway, guys, let's start off this tutorial with his passive, guys. So his passive, Mark of the King. So what does his passive does is when you hit an enemy with any skill or any basic attack for the 6th time, they will be stunned and you will gain back some of your lost HP. That enemy cannot be stunned by that passive skill again for a few seconds after the initial stunning. How do you know that you have hit them 5 times already? Where you can see the markings on the top of the enemy's head, like this. This mark you see right here. I have completely hit this guy 5 times. If I hit him one more time, he will be stunned and I will gain back some of my HP. If I have lost HP. You can see this crown slowly fill up each time you hit the enemy. If you have golden staff, the effect of this will be you can place this twice as fast if you have a golden staff. That is why going attack speed or going with Trinity build works very well for minsitthar. I will explain more later on the building stage of his build. And what the hell was that Fanny doing? I didn't even know. I was gonna hook her. I just said, okay, fine, let's just aim randomly on my hook. I'm going to die anyway. But apparently, I hit my hook and that got her killed. Anyway, let's move on to his first skill. The thing that you just saw, the hooking. His first skill, Spear of Glory. This skill can only hook enemy heroes. It will pass through minions, it will pass through buffs. It will specifically can only hook enemy heroes. It cannot hook anything else except enemy heroes. So the Spear of Glory can hook as many as enemy heroes as it can, as long the returning hook hits them. Yes, you heard me right. The returning hook. If you hit them with the initial hit of the hook, but when it returns, it does not hit the enemy, you're not gonna hook them. They're just gonna dodge it if they can, if they're fast enough. As you can see here, my hook passes through the Reingas and Xenong. It doesn't stun them. They could still move around if they want to, but since this is AI, and this is all just bots, they won't do so. But they could easily dodge it if the returning hook doesn't hit any of them. The returning hook is by the end of the spear. Yes, by the end of the spear, as you could see in the indicator. They need to be hit by the returning hook to be properly pulled in or hook them. So yeah, this is why I tend to hit them at the when they are very far away. I don't like to hook them when they are close to me because there is a chance I will miss. A larger chance I will miss. Even though my aim, as you see, words that you have been seeing at the moment in gameplay right now is absolutely trash. My aiming on hooks is trash, but I don't know why. I always love to use heroes like this, but hey, it is what it is. So let's move on to his second skill. His second skill, Shield Assault. This is where minsitthar goes into a assault form or attacking form. He can move around left, right, back, forward, using the joystick, and tapping the skill again will make him go out of that assault form or the battle stance form. I don't know what you wanna call it. This form, when used, minsitthar can only aim in one area. That is in front of him, or will you ever aim the skill. Once used, minsitthar will gain enhanced basic attack, will take lesser damage from the front. Not only that, it gives him a much bigger range from the specific direction you aim at. That's the downside. You can only hit the enemies where you aim your second skill to be. If not, you have to move to the side, trying to hit that enemy while still at battle stance form. Or you could just press the skill again and get out of that battle stance form and just use your regular basic attack. Works either way. Attack speed, critical damage, or any type of critical chances goes to that thing. So you can go attack speed build, crit build. It works either way for that. It works amazing. It just depends on how you would play minsitthar. So his ult, King's Calling, right? Summons 4 guards around an area. Anybody in that area, the guards will attack them, and the enemies in that circle, they cannot dash whatsoever. Any dash they do is cancelled. They cannot dash. But if they are in mid-dash animation, example, Benedenta's second skill, she uses it, and then you landed your ult on top of her, she's still using it. You cannot stop that. You can stop the next dashes she does, but you can't stop that specific dash when she's already using it. So yeah. So combo wise, he has one combo. Yeah, he has one combo. It is where you hook an enemy, first skill first, then ult, then second skill. That's his only combo, or you could just alternate your combos where you start with your second skill, ult, then hook, or you can go with second skill, then hook, then ult. Up to your choice, whether one of those skills can be any. So yeah, I think those are the only 3 combos he has. His combo is not that super complicated. Unlike Paquito, I keep calling Paquito Pacquiao. It's not like Paquito's skills where he just has a lot of combos. Joe also has a lot of combos. Yeah. Unlike them, minsittar's combo is very simple. So you go with his first skill, second skill, third skill, or you go with his second skill, third skill, first skill, or you could go with second skill, first skill, third skill. Either one of those works pretty well. And you wanted to discover more combos, you could always go ahead and try out new stuff. Always try your heroes out before you play them in a ranked game. Try them in Classic, try them in Brawl if you are lucky enough. But mostly in Classic or in training rooms. You could always try them in training rooms. That works either way. So let's get on with his build, shall we? I have 3 builds, well, 4 technically, but I can't show the other one. So I tried to combine them. I tried my best to combine them, but it might not work out. Anyway, these are my main build today that I am using right now. This is my other 2 main builds that I normally use for minsitthar, and this is my main build that you are seeing right now. So before we get on, one of the tips I'm gonna give you guys is do not panic when you're gonna ult or hook, because when you panic you're gonna miss when you hook. So I think that's the other tips I could actually give when playing minsitthar. Second tip is always try to aim your second skill in the right position, because the moment you mess up on that, it's practically over for you. Why? Because you cannot aim it behind you anymore once you aim it in a specific direction, or you can aim it in any other directions once you aim it or in that one direction. So be careful when aiming with his second skill. You could miss your first skill, but never ever miss your second skill, because once you miss your second skill, it's practically over for you in a team fight, especially when your enemy gets behind you or away from your second skill, and you get hit them, you get gain back that HP, you get gain your passive on them. It's over for you, unless that you are for some reason counters them by a million times. Like this game, I counter Benedetta, I counter Fanny, I counter almost everybody in this game. The only people that I don't counter is Chang'e and Reina. Everybody else, Benedetta, Fanny, and Serena, I countered them both. I also countered Chang'e and Reina. If I'm correct, they are using Freakers, so that's amazing. I still counted them, and as you can see right here, look at that HP just drained down with that Inspire and Trinity build. Suddenly, I do die here. So let's explain his build. First of all, you wanna build the very first version of the boots. Do not complete his boots, do not complete half boots. I think that's what's on my build. Do not complete that. Next up, you wanna complete Corrosion Sight, Golden Staff, and Demon Hunter Sword. Corrosion Sight and Demon Hunter Sword are just for damage. Golden Staff is to apply your mouth for your passive much more faster. You can go in any direction on that, but always start with Corrosion Sight first. Always try to complete Corrosion Sight first before you complete the Demon Hunter Sword or Golden Staff, depending on your enemies. After that, you want to go with Fleeting Time. Fleeting Time is very useful for minsitthar because he has a long cooldown for his ultimate. Horrendous Lusni. Terribly long cooldown for his ultimate. So Fleeting Time works very well with that. Each kill or assist, you gain lesser. You have lesser cooldown on your ultimate when you have used it already. Next up is Sea Halberd. That is just for anti-life steal. If they don't have anyone that has a significant amount of life steal or shield gain or any type of heal, go with Wind Talker. Extra movement speed, extra attack speed. That is the only reason you're building that. Or if you want, you can build a defensive item. Up to your choice if you want to do that or not. And next up is emblems. Quantum Charge is a very good emblem for minsitthar. You might be thinking, why not? Wave Smite gives you HP, gives you a lot of HP. Impure Rage also gives you mana instead of HP, but it does high damage. Why I went with Quantum Charge? Because once you hit an enemy with your base attack, you gain an extra movement speed. So when the enemy tries to run away from you and you hit them with your base attack already, you can try to chase them down while your second skill is still active. You do not have to close your second skill because you have Quantum Charge. You can just chase them, but do not over chase. Never ever over chase an enemy, because once you've over chased an enemy, and they have a backup coming for you, you are done for. So try to avoid over chasing, but if you could chase them a little bit, then back off, go ahead. But if you don't want to go with Quantum Charge, you can go with Wave Smite, or you could go with Little Ignition, Impure Rage. Any of those works fine as well. Swift is just for attack speed. If you want, you can go for agility, extra movement speed. Next up is Master Assassin. Master Assassin is a MM that gives you extra damage for a 1v1 situation. If you want, you can change that to other emblems. You could go with the one that gives you extra cooldown for your battle spells, or the one that gives you extra damage for extra damage stat for each of the items you get. There's multiple other emblems that could work for him, and I went for Assassin Emblem. Assassin Emblem I think works the best. Gives you some penetration, it gives you some movement speed, which is what I'm looking for. If you want, you can go for Marksman Emblem for attack speed, up to your choice. But I went for Assassin Emblem for better movement speed. Another tip I can give you guys, it's when you start the very first match of the game, you have two choices. You either help three choices, but I don't suggest the third one. I don't suggest cutting lane because minsitthar is kinda slow. So when you try to cut lane and enemies start the jungle on your lane, you might be dead. So you have two choices with minsitthar. You can either help your jungle and unleash the red or blue buff wherever they start, or you could go to the farthest bush as you could in your lane in the very first tower. Remember, there's 4 bushes in your very first tower, right? So the very first tower of the enemy, if you're on the top lane, that would be the top. That would be to your left side. If you're on gold lane or bot lane, I mean not gold lane, bot lane. When you're on bot lane, that would be on your right side. The farthest third bush to the left or farthest bush to the right. The third bush. Always go for the third bush. If you can hide there, go ahead and try to hit the enemy as much as you can with your enhanced basic attack. Go ahead. If you cannot do so because the enemy is too painful, back off. But if you can be aggressive to them and make them retreat because you have drained their HP down to almost nothing, go ahead, go try that. Because if they don't retreat, they might die. If they retreat, they're gonna be delayed. Up to their choice. Anyway, that will be all for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope I didn't speak too fast. I always worry about speaking too fast. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next tutorial or next video. Bye bye!